So your RV furnace is running, but it's blowing cold air. That's what this video is going to cover. And there's a Facebook question that pretty much sums up the issues people are having. That is, my furnace will fire and run for a couple minutes, then it stops heating. So it only blows cold, what gives? Well, there's 4 things that I would check for this situation. The first one would be your thermostat setting. So this is typically on your Dometic thermostats. If you have the thermostat mode set to low or high for the fan mode, when your furnace turns on, the furnace will turn on and heat, but you'll start feeling that cold air coming down from the ceiling from your air conditioner vents. This is just a matter of changing the setting in your thermostat from that low or high to auto. That would mean the air conditioner fan will not turn on from the ceiling and just your furnace will be blowing and you'll feel like heat coming up. I do have a video walking you through the step-by-steps on that. I'll put that in the furnace playlist, which is located in the video description below. Now the second thing we'll look at is your propane tanks. If your propane tank is just running low, it would have enough propane in it to start the furnace, but not enough to maintain it running. So if you take your propane tank, pick it up and shake it, and you feel the propane is right near the bottom of it, especially on smaller tanks when it's cold outside, there's a calculation out there, but propane tanks, when it's cold outside, smaller ones like this, they can't produce enough BTUs to maintain an appliance like the furnace running. It'll frost up and things won't work properly and flow. If that was the case, just swap the propane tank out or get it refilled, so that way you'll have a full propane tank and it can produce enough BTUs to make the furnace run. Now your third thing to look at if your propane tanks are not low is still propane, but now we're talking about the propane pressure itself. That's coming from your regulator. So your tanks take your high pressure, goes down to your regulator, which reduces high pressure to low pressure and feeds it out to your system. As an RV tech, I can hook up a manometer gauge to it to see what the actual pressure is. As the RV owner, you're not going to have one of those. What you can do is turn your stove on. And when you turn your stove on, you're looking at the flame. The flame might come on, but it's really, really low and shallow. That would tell me there's low propane pressure in the system, enough to make it flow and the stove lights, but you don't have your normal tall flame when you have your burner on high. So if you think your flame is low, at that point you probably have a propane pressure issue. Some people will change out the propane regulator, and they do that. I'm not going to show you that because if you do things wrong and you have a leak, it's very, very dangerous. Now if you need help changing out a propane regulator, you can call it a certified tech and they'll use what's called a manometer, just like this. Looking at the propane pressure, if nothing is running in the RV, it should be between 12 and 14. If it's well below that, let's say 7, 8, 9, the regulator is way too low of pressure, needs to be replaced. If it's slightly low, they can adjust the regulator to bring it up to the proper pressure. You should be good to go after that. Without having an actual gauge on it, if you're just turning stuff on your own, you're completely guessing and can be way off. Now the fourth thing we'll look at would be battery voltage. So inside of your RV, you'll have your monitor panel where you'll push the button and you can see your battery voltage in the RV. You should normally have, if RV is plugged into shore power, 13 to 13.2 volts throughout your RV system. If you're not plugged into shore power and you're just boondocking and trying to use your RV furnace, and the battery voltage is probably going to be between 12 and 12.6 when you're not plugged in. So if you have a battery issue, converter issue, or something like that, where the battery voltage is high enough to start with, but then after the furnace runs and draws a lot of power from that battery, the voltage drops down to, say, below 11 volts, the furnace will cut off, and then it won't run after that because the battery voltage is dropping off. So look at your battery voltage. Easy way as an RV owner is look at your monitor panel, see what it is before the furnace starts, and after it's running for a couple minutes, and see if it's maintaining the proper voltage. So those are the 4 things you can check as an RV owner. And if it's beyond what you can do, you might need to take it into a dealership or call a mobile tech out to help you. There is a tech locator that's linked in the video description. Also in that description, you'll find an RV furnace playlist. You can check out other videos on RV furnaces. Maybe one of those can help you figure out what's wrong with your furnace. And while you're down in the description, make sure to check out everything else because there's tons of helpful links and resources to help you out. So thanks for watching and stay warm this winter.